Good evening. We see a very different future, one that definitely excites me when I wake up every morning, and it's something that I've had a privilege to work on, and it's great to be able to share it with you. So I'm going to talk about the creative use of technology and where it's headed and what's real today, and also how industry is currently testing and using this technology to make it real in the very near future. Plus, what does it really take to build new things? So this is an introduction into my world and things that I've been working on, and it's a privilege to be able to share that with you. What's exciting is this is a headset computer. Think wearable laptop. Why is this important? Because it's real. I have the ability to see a 15-inch laptop screen through my optics pod, commercially available technology, things that originated in the military. But I have the ability to not act like a robot because I can speak to it in normal English or French or German or up to 26 different other languages and actually interact with it. But what's important is, even though I can connect other cameras and stuff to this thing so I can get augmented and virtual reality that we've been speaking about today, I have the ability to see and hear my surrounding environment. Why is this important? So that when I'm working, think of the dirty jobs. Think of me climbing on a ladder or hoisted in a high elevation or crawling around in a crawl space, having my hands free, doing my job, accessing lots of different technically complicated things, or even helping save someone's life. Being able to understand that my hand is not going to get stuck in a gear shaft. To understand that if I need to overlay something or someone has to give me directions, they have the ability to do that. Or if I need to access a complicated technical map, schematic, or documentation, I can bring it up, look around, kind of like the dashboard of my car or like glancing at my watch. We coined the term information snacking. Or look around in a 360-degree free space environment, kind of like the holodeck in Star Trek. I could do that too. And what's important is taking consumerized understanding of technology and making it real for industry. We all shop. We all take for granted when we flip on the light and we have power, electricity, broadband, wireless connections. The industrial construction companies, the utilities companies, the trauma care centers, the first responders, the people that provide these technology services actually rely on really high-tech gear to make things happen that have to be secure, that can't have any holes in it, to provide mission-critical information and solutions at the points that matter most, to keep its people safe and to keep the economies going globally. And this is what I'm here to talk to you about today. So we've been building these prototypes, and instead of working in a vacuum, we've been working with industry. And to give you a glimpse and understanding of that, think of the forward surgical units within trauma care centers and militaries. How they would be able to be benefited from a remote expert that can glance over your shoulder. If I'm a junior medic and I have some senior doctors across the world that have an expertise in a specific area, to be able to communicate with me, depending on wireless connectivity. Let's say I can't get a real-time connection. Taking a screen scrape of what I'm looking at, give me the football play, annotate it, and send it back to me, depending on what my 3G connection is, 4G connection, broadband, proprietary network. Think of a giant remote control that can bite into your networks. It doesn't really matter, but I have the ability to connect to my cloud, my smartphone, my tablet, my server. It doesn't really matter. My radio. And to create this type of environment, again, hands-free communication for data, video, and voice for the point of time in which I need to be using this kind of information. Think of the future of a crisis center. How do we take first responders and deploy them into the field? What type of information do we need to bring up? And how do we send and respond to get dispatch information, medical records, field records, to support the people that are on the ground globally and in connection with each other? Having wireless connectivity on board, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi is a complete computer. Even at the prototype stage, we're learning a lot. Having solid-state technology that is built at the size, this is basically the size of the board, which is also the battery, is phenomenal. Now, you can use your imagination and understand how this can get smaller and lighter over time. But for industry, having to get a little bit bigger, a little bit more rugged, so that when I have my helmet on, my hard hat on, when I have my personal protection gear, my safety glasses, my vests, it works with the stuff that I need to do to keep my safety and then help out others. It's understanding exactly how to use it in public safety, bringing up who's who, dispatch information. It's also pretty cool to understand the folks that are building the nuclear power plants and our new industries and our new construction environments, being able to overlay, and as I pan around this room in real time, seeing the HVAC systems build, understanding how new pipelines can get constructed, understanding when someone actually creates the weld on a pipeline, the scan that then happens on top of that pipeline, to understand that it's been done completely and effectively. And this allows major corporations to be able to have a better use of not only the people, but the technology that they deploy. Because again, mission critical systems, high rate of technology transfer, and this stuff can't fail. Because like everyone else, when your service doesn't work, you call up the 800 number and you complain. So this is a type of technology that we're testing with industry, and rather than doing it in a vacuum, we've decided to be a little bit open about it. Respecting each other's intellectual property, but also saying, hey, you know what, here's some honest, open communication. Why don't we take a leap forward and try to build something that no one's ever built before or that have tried to, but yet the cost may have been too expensive for a commercial type of industry product to roll out and to be supported and to deal with the future mobile workforces that are going to come on board in the next up and coming years. And I think that's really profound. When you look at, of course, the guys that come to fix your telephone poles, going up the poles, it's cold, it's January, they got their hard hats and hoodies on, and they got a little handheld device. Has anyone tried to look at schematics and wiring diagrams on a small handheld and then tried to do hand gestures with your gloves on and freezing? It looks like spaghetti on the screen, and then you're shaking so much that you actually drop your phone and you break it. How much of that breakage can industry actually afford? Not a lot. Again, security, rugged environment. I have to be able to access my information, but I have to be able to do it smarter, quicker, and better so that the younger generation of workforces that are coming, that are going to be more mobile, understand this type of technology, can remote control to the senior forces that understand all the legacy equipment, and they can connect together and create a new system. And also pushing the edges forward. We hear a lot of great things about Mars. I'm very excited that we're thinking about Jupiter, but beyond that, it's about creating excitement for the next generation of geek. It's terrific, it's a lot of fun, and you should be passionate and vibrant about what you do. And again, it's very, very hard to build these types of new gadgets and gizmos. It's not all that often, I think, that we see a new form factor and a new way of doing things. Again, look, Ma, no hands. I have to hold the clicker, though. So this is a type of technology transformation. And when we talk about wearable technology, and we talk about where this is going to go in the future, not having it hinder what I do and how we communicate as humans, but allows me to grab information, look at it when I want to, take it out of the way when I want to, and be able to naturally understand me in noisy environments, having active ambient noise cancellation, gyros, accelerometers, how does it integrate with other GPS-type systems. We like to say that you're limited only by your imagination and your software capabilities. But it's about taking an idea that was a sketch on a piece of paper from a technology partner and bringing together the best of industry, big and small, across customers, partners, end users, academics, and any other one who thought that this was a great idea, and say, you know what, we're going to try something new. We're going to take it step by step. We're going to run it like a startup, and we're going to change how large companies, we're going to give it a shot, bring new things forward. So this is what we've done. And now you can see how it can impact all these types of field service industries where you actually have to have your hands free to crawl around, jump on top of things. Think of the military. Think of people that are building things, whether it's a house, whether it's an industrial park. Think of the future jobs, the future welders that to build ships and to build new planes. And millions of pages of PDFs that are running around the planet because people have to get access to rich information. And if you've ever tried to open up a laptop outdoors, you can't read it. So how do you solve the holy grail? Which is give me the largest screen possible and the smallest handheld possible. And this is what we've tried to do today. And making it real, keeping it open, trying to experiment and test with heavy industry as we go forward. This is the technology solution that we're providing today and hopefully into the future. And it's very exciting. And I'm happy to be a part of it, and it really does take a lot of work. Hopefully it inspires the next generation of innovators to get up in the morning and to go do great things. So be my guest to come try it out. It works. You can talk to it. You can talk to each other. You can make phone calls. And it'll be great to hear your feedback as well. Thank you again.